elephant in the room. We have a big room here today, too. We can't wait. I can't tell you, purely from a faculty and staff standpoint, the excitement in the back of this room right now is ready to go. I feel it out here, too. Can I get a couple names of people you're here to see?
Hey, Bob! Hey, Bob! Hey, Bob!
Got it. I got all that. Perfect. Now, are we sure they're where they're supposed to be? Did everybody get them dressed up? Okay, good.
We lost her.
We'll do a check when they come in to make sure that they're looking good and ready to roll. Ready? That'll be fun. Good stuff. So we're going to get started here in a couple minutes. It's great to see everybody, and we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to get this party started here. So buckle up. Buckle up. Keep bringing the energy, and we'll be good to go. See you back here in a couple. Thank you very much.
Why does that sound like a guy who's like a
Good afternoon again, everybody. We're ready to roll. I'd like to first welcome our faculty, staff, and administration to proceed into their seats on the stage. These are all the wonderful people you've heard about for the last several years. Come on out, everybody. Well, I'm going to give that to you in a couple minutes, but a little sneak peek. My name's Rick. What's your name?
Peter.
Good afternoon, Peter. I love that sound. Keep it coming. Fantastic. Next, we invite our graduates to enter the room. Take it all in, everybody. This is what we've been waiting for. Soak it up. everybody, for our way. So couldn't be more excited. To begin, I want to identify this unique moment in time where you, our graduates, have an opportunity to recognize the people in this room who were instrumental in allowing this incredible and impactful day to become a reality. As you know, none of us reached this point alone. Graduates, many of those people here today are looking down upon you, are supporting you, are here to watch you walk across this stage. So find those people in the audience and let's give them a well-deserved thank you they richly deserve. Great, thank you. Love that. Even though you just saw everybody like an hour ago, it's exciting to see them. They're cap and gown and everything, right? Which is great. Everybody, please be seated. Thank you. We have a scramble for seats over here, stage left. We got enough? We got enough, Henry? We're all right? All right. Leo, we ready? Again, thank you, everybody. My name is Rick Rydell. I'm a professor here. I also do alumni and industry relations work for the school. Additionally, I'm a proud alum of STHM. Thank you. And also thrilled that I have two of my own children who walked across this stage, one from STHM and one from Klein College. So thrilled about that. So I'm with you parents on that excitement on what's happening. And I'm thrilled that as members of STHM, all of our faculty, staff, administration, and honored guests that we have here today. Of special note, the president of Temple University, John Fry, has joined us today. Big hand for John Fry. Alongside President Fry is Dean Chip Hunter and additionally Dean Amy Giddings, who and they will preside over this ceremony. A special shout out to President Fry for doing this, for wanting to be part of what we're doing today and being an integral part of the success that Temple's having as we move forward with our future. He heard we had a pretty good time at our graduation, so I think he wanted to join the party today. So again, President Fry, thank you for being here. Today we celebrate a proud tradition of excellence and achievement that Temple students, faculty, administrators, alums, and friends have cultivated for 125 years. That's a long time. That's even a little bit older than me. To officially begin our celebration, please join me in welcoming our Associate Dean of the School of Sport, Tourism, and Hospitality Management, Dr. Amy Giddings. Amy?
Okay, I don't know if I can top Professor Rydell, but with the energy, but I'll try. Good afternoon, graduates, families, friends, alumni, and distinguished guests. On behalf of the entire faculty and staff of STHM, welcome. What an incredible day this is for all of you. To the graduates of the School of Sport, Tourism, and Hospitality Management, congratulations. Today marks the culmination of years of learning, late nights, balancing internships, classes, part-time jobs, and endless group projects. There's always a laugh there. It always marks the beginning of something new, the next chapter in a story that only each of you can write. As the Associate Dean of STHM, it is my honor to stand before you today. I'm a proud alum of STHM, and so it is also deeply personal for me to be here today. As STHM graduates, you are all uniquely prepared. You are entering industries that thrive on innovation, on human connection, and on delivering unforgettable experiences. You might be stepping into sport management, tourism development, hospitality leadership, or event production. In any case, you are a part of a field that celebrates people. That brings joy to others. That creates community. And we can all see that's exactly what the world needs more of right now, professionals that bring people together. In college, I started rowing, a sport I had never heard of or thought about before, and it quickly became a significant part of how I view the world around me. If you've ever watched a rowing race, some of you here many times have, as we have a couple rowing coaches with us. If you've ever watched a rowing race or been in a boat, you recognize something important right away. It's never about one single person. In fact, in rowing, if one person tries to be the star, the whole boat actually slows down. Everything depends on contribution, a complete collaborative effort. I remember being in a boat early on thinking, I just need to pull harder, I need to do more. I'm a competitive person. But that's not how it actually works at all. Rowing isn't about pulling harder than everyone else, it's about pulling together with everyone else. With the same timing, same rhythm, and the same commitment. And if even one person is slightly off, you would feel it immediately. The boat checks, the rhythm breaks apart, the whole team has to adjust. Does this sound familiar? It should, because your time in STHM has been full of opportunities to experience teamwork. Whether you liked it or not, we intentionally built those opportunities for you. Yes, the group projects, student organizations, internships. You've learned that success doesn't come from being the loudest voice in the room. It comes from being someone others can rely on, someone who contributes, someone that we all can count on. In rowing, you're not even facing the direction you're going, ever. You're moving forward, but you're looking backward. Trusting the person in the coxswain seat, the one with the responsibility to steer the boat that sees the path ahead. Maybe you might feel that you could steer better, but this isn't actually a consideration. It doesn't matter at all because that isn't the role that you're needed for the team to be successful. Trusting those you work with and trusting in the process is important. That's a lot like what stepping into your careers will be. You won't always have perfect visibility. You won't always know exactly where things are going, but you will move forward anyway because you trust what you've built, you trust your education, training, and experience, and you must trust each other. And here's something else that rowing can teach you. No one crosses the finish line alone. It's always, we did this. So look around again, because everyone here has been a part of the journey that you've been on to this point. Today, as you turn your tassels, please remember that wherever you go next, whether it's a stadium, a stage, a resort, a convention center, a hotel, or somewhere completely different, be a high-level contributor to your team. The kind STHM graduates are known to be. Be a good teammate. And trust that your STHM family will always be here cheering you on. And a special shout out to one particular graduate today that I am especially cheering on, my assistant for the past 2 years, Hebert Lima. Hebert needs to know that the only reason I'm able to recognize or to reconcile in my mind that he's leaving this position is that he's going to work for the Philadelphia Eagles. Go Birds! So we are excited about each of your futures and the careers that all of you will have. But for today, just soak it in. Be proud of this huge accomplishment. Congratulations, class of 2026. The world is ready for you. Go out and make it remarkable. Thank you.
Dean Giddings, thank you so much for those words. We appreciate it. Faculty and staff, what's Amy going to do without Hebert? What do we think? The next shoes to fill are going to be pretty big, that's for sure. So, thank you. It's my absolute pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Michael Delbane. Good to have you, Michael. Thank you so much for being here. Michael is a powerhouse in the world of large-scale events and experience. As CEO of Welcome America and executive producer of the Wah Welcome America Festival, he's behind some of the most iconic celebrations right here in Philadelphia, bringing millions together through moments that inspire, connect, and celebrate community. And in 2026, which we're right here, summer 26, right around the corner, his work reaches a whole new level. Michael is leading not one, but two globally significant events at the same time. Not one, two. The FIFA World Cup Fan Festival. Have we heard of the FIFA World Cup a little bit, maybe? Yeah. And our nation's 250 Independence Day celebration. Out of all the leaders across the country and around the world, he's the only person entrusted with producing both. That's not just impressive, that's historic. Michael's vision shows us what's possible when creativity, leadership, and purpose come together to create experiences that truly matter. Please join me and our entire faculty and staff in giving a warm and very enthusiastic welcome to our keynote speaker, Michael Delbane.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for that kind and generous introduction. President Fry, it's wonderful to be with you today, as always. Deans, members of the board, esteemed faculty and staff, my fellow speakers, what are probably some very excited and very relieved family members, and most importantly, graduates. You've made it. You've done it. You've set out what you accomplished to do, and you've done it with perseverance, with tenacity, with grit, and with dignity. The last 4 years, or 5, or 6, or 7, doesn't matter, have been filled with highs and lows, challenges and opportunities, and moments that have and will likely continue to shape our nation and our world for a generation. I am sure that at times it has felt like the world around you was a bizarre and unyielding and unpredictable place. But you persevered. You finished what you started. And we are so, so proud of each of you. I'm very honored to and grateful for the invitation to speak here today. Temple University, and especially the School of Tourism and Hospitality Management, are such critical components of our city and our region's vibrant, successful event, hospitality, and tourism community. And they hold such a special place, both in my heart and in my professional journey. I'm humbled to be here on such an auspicious and important day. As a matter of fact, when I became president and CEO of Welcome America over 7 years ago, I had worked a lot in the cultural space, the event space, and the music industry, but this was a big opportunity for me, and I didn't want to fail. I was staring down the monumental task of planning and delivering Philadelphia's largest annual event and one of the largest events of its kind in our nation. I asked friends and colleagues for guidance and advice and recommendations on where I should go for wisdom and support. And unlike asking people what their favorite cheesesteak is, where the answers are varied and all over the place, the responses that I got were almost universally across the board. Get connected to STHM. and make sure you speak to Ira Rosen. Over the years, Temple University and STHM have given me so much support, wisdom, guidance, and love, and today I'm going to make a valiant effort to share some words of wisdom back to you all as you embark out into the professional world. Now, I come from the event space, and so today I'm going to talk quite a bit about events, but it's important to know that when I say the word events, I really mean all aspects of the tourism, hospitality, and the broader arts and culture and humanity landscape. I thought a lot about what I was going to say today and what students would frankly want to hear. I thought about what I wanted to hear as a graduate from a very different university, a far inferior university that I went to, and how the words of a commencement speaker can shape and inspire young minds. And suddenly, I'll be honest, I got very nervous because I thought to myself, geez, I am going to have to come up with some brilliant one-liner, some zinger that will wow the crowd and leave them speechless. I scrolled through everything from Shakespeare to Shabuzi, combing through the brilliant minds of our time, and nothing really resonated. And in doing that exercise, it became crystal clear that the most impactful and meaningful advice I have ever gotten didn't come from some ancient text or the words enshrined in some grand address. They came from the lives and the voices and the experiences of people that I interacted with every single day. And so here is my first piece of advice. Be someone who takes something from every interaction that you have. Be someone who looks around the world and finds wisdom and beauty and advice and learning and guidance from every single person you meet. From the person who sits next to you having coffee at a diner to the person behind you in line at the supermarket, be someone who never stops learning and who sees the world around you as a classroom, ready to provide you with wisdom and guidance and clarity. Learning is a lifelong pursuit, and I am here to tell you that the greatest lessons you will ever learn in life will not come from a classroom or an office. They will come on some random Tuesday at 6:15 when you and your friends are huddled in the cold waiting for a table at park. Now, for folks like us who work in the event and hospitality industry, garnering wisdom and feedback is quite easy because people are always willing and eager to tell you about their experience when it is great and certainly when it is bad. And that is really such a blessing. And so as you go out into the world and you take various roles in various different organizations doing various different types of work, all centered around this incredible industry that we work in, your work is really about creating moments and creating memories. And I want to encourage you to remember every day that that work is important. Now, it's not always going to feel that way. Sure, our work has some very cool and fun and sexy elements. I get to work with global superstars, and I have amazing stories about what bands want in their dressing room, and I've stood next to celebrities and politicians and global leaders. But at the end of the day, a huge part of my job is staring at a map, trying to figure out how to get running water to a restroom, or what to do with 100,000 people when it starts to rain. But all this leads to the final product, that special moment when concepts and drawings come alive. We hold in our hands the blueprint of people's memories and the manuscript of their dreams. The moments that we design and the memories we leave behind are gifts that people will carry with them for the rest of their lives. They will tell stories over and over and over again to their family and their friends, to anyone who will listen. They will take out their phones and scroll through hundreds of pictures, all in an effort to relive and recapture that feeling that they had from the experience that we created. There is no such thing as an inconsequential event, because there is no such thing as an unimportant memory. In a broader global context, the creative elements of hospitality, music, art, dance, food, those are the commonalities of humanity. They connect us in a way that words simply cannot. They are a language all their own, a language that brings people of different races and genders and ethnicities and cultures together. The differences between us, whether ideological, political, cultural, geographical, they all fade away. Did you ever notice that people from different walks of life, often strangers, They don't argue, they don't fight, they don't focus on their differences when they sing, dance, paint, or break bread together. Events have the power to knock down walls and build bridges, to erase lines of distinction and connect neighbors, to create a world of our choosing, even if it's just for a few moments. And that is what each of you get to create. And so go forth out into this wild and crazy world and build moments of beauty and joy and happiness and connectivity. Use events and hospitality and tourism and food and music and dance to create a beautiful world, a world worth exploring, a world worth living in, and a world worth celebrating. Starting out, you may feel a bit inconsequential, but trust me when I say that good leaders, wise leaders who see the bigger picture, and leaders who are worthy of your time and your talent will see you as an incredible asset. I hope you realize that your generation holds the key to the future. You understand and comprehend things that my generation simply doesn't. I can guarantee you that this speech today was not written by ChatGPT because I don't know how to use ChatGPT. Believe me when I tell you, to my generation, your generation is frightening, but in the most beautiful way. We are fascinated by you, and we are in awe of your capabilities. You are so smart and so creative and so passionate and so caring. You are in tune with the world around you, and the world that you are working to create is one that many of us cannot even comprehend. And it is beautiful. Your youth, your passion, your knowledge, they are all a vibrant gift, and the world is ready to accept you and to empower you. Now, Temple University has done an amazing job to prepare you to answer the question, what do you do? And a huge part of my remarks today have been focused on your professional life and what you will do when you leave these hallowed halls. But I will tell you that that might be a little irresponsible of me, because the truth is that the vast majority of your life actually should be spent answering the other far more important question that you will get at every cocktail party you ever attend: who are you? And yes, while the work to set yourself is important, and the work that you do and your labor is important, and you need to provide means to feed and house and clothe yourself, the most important work you will ever do is creating a life worth living, a life that fills you with joy and hope and gratitude and peace. Family and friends and faith and hobbies, passion projects, volunteering in your community, these are the things that define a life, a well-lived life. And they require just as much, if not more, energy, focus, and commitment. Your life is not what randomly happens to you before and after you go to the office. Life itself is a passion project that needs to be designed and nurtured and created. Our time on this earth is brief. I call to mind an ancient Buddhist mantra: I too am a brief and passing thing. Take great care when curating your brief and passing existence. The life you create for yourself is the most important run of show you will ever write. And so in closing, I will admit that in my search for wisdom, I did come across one quote that I have known and have always loved. Henry Ford said, "Whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you are right." So, think you can, believe you can, know you can, because I am here to tell you, and everyone in this room is here to tell you, you can. Congratulations on this incredible milestone and all you have achieved. While today might feel like the end, you're really just getting started. We are watching, we are cheering you on. Looking around this room, I know the future is bright. Go Owls.
That was fantastic. Thank you, Michael. We're truly inspired by your words and excited for the incredible events and opportunities ahead in 2026 and beyond, right? A lot happening, a lot going on. It's going to be a lot of fun, and all of you are part of it, and it's going to make it happen for sure. We now turn our attention to our veteran student speaker. It is my absolute pleasure to introduce Kenneth Bloom. Kenneth is a veteran student and is receiving his Bachelor of Science in Multidisciplinary Studies in Sport, Tourism, and Hospitality Management. His journey reflects his dedication, resilience, and a deep commitment to both service and leadership. Please join me in warmly welcoming Kenneth to the podium. Kenneth!
Good afternoon, Temple University, faculty, families, friends, and most important, my fellow graduates. I stand before you today deeply honored, not only as a student, but as someone who was asked by Dean Amy Giggins of the School of Sports, Tourism, and Hospitality Management to speak on behalf of the veteran community. And I want to recognize what that means. This moment represents every veteran who made the transition from service to student. Every veteran who walked onto this campus carrying more than just books. Every veteran who found a new mission right here. Being a veteran at Temple University is something special. It means walking into a classroom with life, experiences that can't be taught. It means bringing discipline, resilience, and leadership into a new environment. And within SCHM, that experience becomes even more powerful. Because this school is about people, it's about leadership, it's about service. And for veterans, that feels familiar. SCHM gave us more than a degree. It gave us a place to translate who we were in uniform into who we are becoming as leaders. My name is Kenneth Bloom, and I had the honor of serving 15 years in the United States Navy. Including during 9/11 and Operation Iraqi Freedom. But veterans do what we have always done. We adapt. We show up early. We stay late. And we bring that same discipline in the classrooms. At Temple University, especially within the SCHM, we found more than a campus. We found opportunity. We found mentorship. And we found a community that helped us turn service into leadership. But today is not only about veterans, it's about all of y'all. The families, the partners, the friends, the ones who had everything together while service members were away. While we were deployed, it was you who held down the homes. You carried the uncertainty. You made sacrifices that don't come with medals, but are just as real. So today, on behalf of every veteran here, thank you. Your strength is the reason many of us are standing here today. And to my fellow veterans graduating, this diploma represents more than just education. It represents resilience. It represents discipline. It represents transformation. Veterans are not defined by war. We are defined by character and by our own commitment to uplift others. So today, we leave Temple University not only prepared to succeed, but prepared to serve again, just in a different way. Through leadership, through community, and through cooperation. Before I close, I want to take a moment. This is dedicated to one of my fellow veterans who once walked these same halls and is no longer with us. Your absence is felt. Your sacrifice is honored. And today we carry you with us in spirit. Thank you, Temple University. Thank you to Dean Amy Giggins. Thank you. And the SCH family for believing in veterans. Thank you to the families who support veterans. And thank you to those that have served and continue to serve. And even if you have never known a service member personally, just understand this. Somewhere right now, someone is standing watch, missing birthdays, missing holidays, missing moments that can never be replaced, so that we can be here today celebrating one of ours. And if that doesn't move you, if that doesn't remind you how precious this moment is, then just remember this. Freedom is not just something we live in. It's someone else is sacrificing for us, all of us, every single day. Thank you.
Kenneth, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that. We are truly inspired by your words, your service, and want to applaud and thank you for that service. So thank you again, Kenneth. Awesome. Great stuff. We now welcome our 2026 student speaker, one of you. Yeah. It is my pleasure to introduce Megan Hunt. Megan is graduating today and will be crossing the stage here shortly as well, completing her Master of Science in Sport Business. Please join me in warmly welcoming Megan to the podium. Megan.
Good afternoon, faculty, families, friends, and most importantly, the class of 2026. If you had asked me a few years ago if I would be standing here today, I probably would have laughed. Not because I didn't believe in myself, but because I thought my path was already decided. I had a full-time job, a steady routine, a clear path. And then I did something that felt both exciting and terrifying at the same time. I left it. I came back to school to start over, and starting over is scary. Some of you may know that feeling. Whether you were an undergraduate choosing a major for the first time, or a graduate student returning after time in the workforce, at some point in time, you made a decision to bet on yourself. You chose uncertainty. You chose growth. And that choice changed you. When I first arrived at Temple, I thought I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I was sure I wanted to work in football analytics. I love numbers and problem solvings. I loved the sport. I thought I had found my lane. But what I didn't realize was how much bigger this world was. I've watched football my entire life. I thought I understood it. But when I stepped into professional spaces like film rooms, scouting conversations, and industry conferences, I realized how much depth there was that I hadn't yet seen. There were moments I felt uncomfortable. Early on, I remember sitting in what our football team's scouting department calls the war room, learning how to watch players on film. And they were using language I had never heard before. It felt like everyone else just got it, and I was just still trying to catch up, hoping no one would notice. I distinctly remember one conversation where we discussed how to project how much weight an offensive lineman could gain in college based on his butt. And as someone who's never played the sport before, I remember thinking, yeah, that's a little weird. In moments like that, it was very easy to question whether I belonged. I know many of you felt that too. Maybe you rewrote a networking email 5 times before hitting send. Maybe you walked into a conference where you didn't know a single person. Or maybe you took a class that pushed you way outside your comfort zone. For me, instead of shrinking, I asked questions. A lot of questions. Probably too many questions. But what I found was that people were far more willing to help than I had assumed. The more I asked, the more I learned, and confidence followed. It didn't happen all at once. It started small with the first time I spoke up in one of those rooms. The first time I asked a question that I thought might sound dumb and realized it wasn't. That's when things started to shift, and when I started asking a different question. Why not me? At first, why not me felt like something I had to convince myself to believe. Why not me in that room? Why not me taking on that project? Why not me reaching out to that person? But over time, the question started to feel different. Over the last 2 years, my confidence didn't magically appear. It was built slowly, through uncomfortable conversations, new responsibilities, long days, conferences, internships, and endless studying. It was built by saying yes to opportunities I didn't fully feel ready for, and learning along the way that what was actually worth saying yes to. I had to learn that growth isn't about doing everything, because burnout is so real. It's about doing the right things fully. And I had to learn that the relationships you build matter just as much as the work you do. Because networking isn't just about collecting business cards. It's relationships, it's trust, it's understanding that the people around you are part of your story just like you are a part of theirs. And here's the part we sometimes forget. Your network starts right here. It starts with a person sitting right next to you, with the classmates who pushed you to think differently and supported you when you weren't always so sure about yourself. We are each other's first network. And that network is built on something even more important than ambition. It's built on kindness. Anyone who knows me knows I never fail to say good morning, and that's not accidental. Industries like sports, tourism, hospitality, and events are built on connection and how people feel when they interact with you. I've learned that people might not remember exactly what you said or what you did, but they will remember how you made them feel. And those relationships are what shape your path. Almost everyone I meet in this industry starts their story by saying, my path was unconventional. And maybe that's because there is no one right way. Some of us are leaving here with our very first job. Some of us are still searching. Some of us will be continuing our education. And some of us are just still trying to figure it out. But no matter where you fall, your degree is not a finish line. It's a launch point. Temple has always been a place built on a simple idea, what Russell Conwell called acres of diamonds. The belief that everything we need to succeed is already right here, if you were willing to see it. And I didn't fully understand that when I first got here, but I see it now. I see it in who we've become. Because over time, this place gives you something more than a degree. It gives you proof. Proof that you can adapt, that you can lead, that you can handle the pressure, and that you can grow. Which is why, no matter what your situation, I hope you carry this question with you. Why not me? Why not me applying for that role? Why not me pitching that idea? Why not me leading that team? Why not me building something bigger than I ever thought was possible? Because when I first came here, I thought my ceiling was defined. Now I realize it was just a starting point. I think back to that version of me sitting in the war room feeling completely out of place. And I realize now she belonged there the whole time. So, class of 2026, as we walk across this stage today, don't just celebrate the degree. Celebrate the version of yourself that chose growth. The version of yourself that showed up even when it was uncomfortable. The version of yourself that didn't have all the answers but kept going anyway. And when doubt inevitably shows up in the next chapter, because it will, think back to this room, this moment, and this question. Why not you? Congratulations, we earned it.
Megan, thank you so much for sharing your passion for Temple, your experience in STHM, and that vision for the future with all your fellow graduates. We wish you all the very best in the future, and we know you're going to stay in touch. Dr. Green will hunt you down if you don't, so make sure you do. Now we come to this has been fun, right? We're having fun? Yeah. Now we come to the really fun part, right? Pop the popcorn, get that big soda or whatever you're drinking, and let's get ready to watch who we came for strut across this stage. Yeah. This is great. This is fantastic. The first graduate we would like to honor today is actually a doctoral candidate. Any of you thinking about like beyond undergrad, master's, doctoral? No? Okay. That's a big deal. And he's actually one of us, this guy, right? We want to invite our newest doctoral graduate, Dave Gerson, to step forward. There he is. And Dr. Gerson will be hooded by Dr. Elizabeth Taylor, Associate Professor in the School of Sport, Tourism, and Hospitality Management. Dave has successfully completed the requirements of the Doctor of Education degree and will now be recognized for his outstanding academic achievement. Is he hooded? Okay. Now officially, Dr. Gerson completed his dissertation entitled College Athletics, the Role of Athletic Departments in Student-Athlete Sense of Belonging. So Dave, great job. We cannot be more proud of you. And again, Dr. Gerson just rolls off the tongue. Yeah. And Liz, thank you for doing that. We appreciate it and all your efforts. Thank you. Now we turn our attention to the graduates in the audience. It is with pride and anticipation that the STHM community watch as each of you are recognized. I would like to remind our guests that we have a professional photographer to take a photo of each graduate accepting their degree. After leaving the stage, everyone, please be respectful of your fellow graduates and return to your seats. But get excited for sure when you see that special person coming and go, right? Take it all in. Get that snapshot of everything. It's going to be fun. I would like to welcome to the podium our Assistant Dean, Michael Usino. He's our Assistant Dean of the School of Sport, Tourism, Hospitality Management, and he will announce our degree recipients. Dean Usino, please come join us.
Will the marshals please bring the Master of Science graduates to the stage to be recognized? In the meantime, first and foremost, we recognize our 2026 student speaker, Megan Hunt. Congratulations, Megan. And now, our graduates from the right podium. Alexis Aaron Biter. Quaro Bentley. Corinne Elizabeth Canuli. Chun Chow. Nancy Christians. Marcelo G. Chaffee. Sean Clark. Gabrielis Marie Cornier. Sam Corral. Chloe Getz. Kyle Gold. Juan Nasir Gregory. Rebecca Grisbowski. Wanjun Han. Brandon Harvey. Tanner Hagen. Mao Chen Ho. Alina Hober. Jonathan Jackson. Leilani Jure Lista. Kansas Paige Lee. Noah Legendre. Hebert Camarego Lima. Jonathan Michael Maxey. James Majete. Matthew Martin. Jordan Melvin. Jalen Middlebrooks. Alexandria Morrison. Thomas Muir. Dinesh Nithya Nadan. Leonor Pereira Ferreira. Riona Petway. Josh Powell. Jocelyn M. Reese. Congratulations to our Master of Science graduates. And we have a few more. Juan David Salas Sanabria. Makaya Ari Savage. Maya She. Sunny Singh. Yansi Su. Taylor Sachina. Andrew Thompson. Ben Turland. Taylor Vecchione. Janelle Ward. Connie Ye. And now to confer our Bachelor of Science graduates. Every once in a while, we get to share a particularly special moment in which a faculty or staff member gets to award their adult family member with their degree. Can we please welcome our guests to the front of the stage? At first, please welcome Dr. Kolodny from the College of Liberal Arts today, awarding her son, Robert Gaddy, his Bachelor of Science degree. Please welcome Andrea Swan, Director of Community Engagement and Neighborhood Affairs, awarding her daughter, Bethany Swan, her Bachelor of Science degree. Now please welcome Carrie Mormando, Director of Administration and Engagement, awarding her nephew, Owen West, his Bachelor of Science degree. And finally, please welcome Dr. John McClendon of the Fox School of Business, awarding his nephew, Henry Wood Lewis, with his Bachelor of Science degree. And of course, honoring our veteran speaker, Kenneth Bloom, with his Bachelor of Science degree. And with our rest, and with the remaining of our deserving Bachelor of Science graduates, Haya Ajaj. Ian Bath. Courtney Benjamin Jr. Evan Alonzo Bidwell. Ethan Bletz. Alexander Jacob Bond. Chase Brantley. Mariah R. Brewer. Forrest Brock. Herbert Brown. Rita Brown. Laura Susanna Butterworth. Matthew Andrew Kane. Thomas Rocco Cataldi. Christian Kavanaugh. Vishnu Chalaya. Kieran Patrick Clark. Patrick Cosgrove. Connor James Crawford. Jameer Crump. Emily Cecilia DeFontenay. Carol Linnea Delbridge. Dylan D. Pasquale. Luke David Dismoni. Cameron Ray Doty. Justin M. English. Andrew Michael Espenshady. Olivia Lauren Evans. Christina Catherine Faraci. Jared Maxwell Fox. Jeremy Dazzo Gaylor. Lucas Anthony Gallo. Robert Rivas. Joshua Rivera. Megan Teresa Russo. David Anthony Rutolo. Patrick Schaefer. Amanda Nicole Sherman. Cheyenne Schulte. Kara M. Sufert. Hassan Tamir Shaban. Jacqueline Gerstel. Megan Kathleen Gokenauer. Juan Gonzalez. Aiden James Green. Tyler Grimm. Natalia Grisales. Hallie Catherine Hachiski. Enrico Giovanni William Hager. Christopher Hampstead Jr. Mel Haynes. Christopher Harold. Jamari Herring. Jamise Drew Holmes. Megan Lynn Hollenbaugh. Wen Hao Huang. Aladdin Hussein. Lola Jobs. Naja Johnson. Aiden Michael Johnny. Franco Juncal. Matthew Joseph Kichette. Haley Ann Kashek. Julia Marie Clyden. Alyssa Kamal. Matthew Karachi. Sekou A. Puroma. Kevin Lian. Krista Kathleen Lindemuth. Quawir Locks. Isabela Lopez. Ciara Joy Meletti. Joshua Patrick Maurer. Taylor R. McGeehan. Nika Nesheslishvili. Jackson McCann. Andrew J. Mercado. William Mewborn. Amanda Hope Morelli. Madison Lori Moten. Anna Nanin. Kaylee Nelson. Ave Wokoma. Ali Obedala. Amir Odom. Shane Oriesol. Raquel Jean Catalan. Trent Gray Phillips. Kavi Praji. Daniel Robert Pratt. Jackson D. Pruitt. Jenna Raska. Harold Restituyo. Diego Adams Retzmal Delwordy. Gustavo Rodriguez. Michaela Alana Shields. Robert Stafford III. Deanna D. Swinson. Benjamin Tavori. Rebecca Caitlin Tejada. Aurora K. Telecamp Pappas. Isabella Julia Terich. Gianna Marie Thaxton. Tatum Anna Wallace. Trayvon Vu. Jonathan Vincent. Bereket van de Hek. Fafali Tisegla. Jackson James Turner. Drew Warnick. Reed Price Wilson. Bisan Sida. Ava Marie Zukowski.
Everybody sounds pretty!
Mohammed Algalaf. And that concludes the conferral of our degrees.
That was very cool, yeah. Great job, audience, great job, graduates, faculty, staff, and men. That was a lot of fun. Told you you'd have a lot of fun in that part of it, right? Very well earned. Fantastic. And Dean Ucino, thank you very much. Great job with the whole process. This is awesome. On behalf of the presidents of our respective alumni associations, it is my honor to welcome you into a lifelong membership in the Temple University alumni community. How's that feel? Lifelong, right? You got it, you're in, right? It's done by walking across the stage. That's pretty easy, isn't it? Done. So ladies and gentlemen, the true measure of our school is reflected in what our students become. And now, as you leave our classrooms and seminar halls for offices, sidelines, your own ventures, hotels, events, agencies, whatever it is, whatever that next chapter is and everything that lies ahead, we are so proud of you. Remember this, and we're very sincere. Put Speakman Hall address in your contact list, okay? STHM will always be your home. You know that. Just as it has for all the generations before you and everybody who came before you, and now many who will follow you as new leaders of STHM. This vibrant network of alumni carry the spirit of the school into communities around the world, and that's what all of you will be doing. Before you officially graduate from Temple University, there is one final or a couple final traditions that we need to complete, okay? Please rise, if able. The first thing we're going to do, and I think some people in the audience might remember this a little bit when they were a little bit younger, okay? I want all of our graduates to picture a circle, and then Dave Gerson promised me he's going to stand up for this too. Picture a circle on the ground in front of you, okay? Put your right foot in that circle. Now take it out. Now put your right foot in that circle again and shake it all about. We do the hokey pokey and we turn. That's what it's all about. Yeah. You do it? Okay, great job, by the way. I'm sure your parents and they all appreciated that. As the next symbol, the more official symbol of your achievement in transition, I ask you to move your tassel from the right side of your cap to the left side of your cap. Congratulations, graduates! Great job. Great job. So proud. Following our ceremony, which will be in a couple minutes, we invite all of you, our graduates, your guests, your families, to join us for a reception in Alter Hall on the first floor. So your graduates will be able to direct you right over there. We're assuming they made it in through Alter in the last 4 years, right? Yeah. And on behalf of the entire Temple University community, we wish you nothing but continued success, fulfillment, and purpose in both your personal and professional journeys. Please join me in celebrating as we cheer our faculty and administration off the stage, followed by our graduates. Also, before we process, I want to give a special shout out to all the help behind the scenes. Amanda White, Brandon Mayer, Jen Valori, Andrew Lovell, and many others who made this day possible. Okay? And again, to all of our speakers, our deans, and President Fry for joining us today. We greatly appreciate it. Fantastic job. So please join me in celebrating as we cheer our faculty and administration off the stage first, followed by our graduates, who will recess beginning from the back row. Great job, everybody. See you in a few. So proud.